So for the first year of Adventure Trek, it was Yukon has a ton of friends in the industry. And I've always thought the community is great, and some of them just become more than just your friend. Certainly they sell for you, maybe they build for you, maybe they promote for you. We just had really great people around us, and I felt as a vice president of marketing that they had done more for us than just the regular, hey, thank you very much, here's a t-shirt and maybe something at Christmas. So we invited them up here to do the backcountry discovery route, BDR. And so we started down in southern Washington at a town called Packwood, and we got hotels. This year, the first year we did it all in hotels. By the end of the last day, it was kind of interesting because we were at altitude the first 2 days coming up over the Cascades. The greatest part about it was we were all away. There was no social media. There was no putting on a face of who I am and trying to build my company. It's just 12 guys having a really good time. And the idea of, yep, let's do it again, created Adventure Trek 2. The beauty of the Rockies was really the next stop. Everybody had kind of thought about it. No one had even been on a BDR or any of the trails that were up there except for Dusty, who's up there all the time. John had all the maps taken care of. Dusty always runs front. Andrew McLaughlin is always at the end back there. I don't know if it's just because he enjoys the slower run. So the start of day one actually kind of started the night before, where Dusty had everybody come up for a barbecue. It was great. He and Laura put on one heck of a bash for us. Everybody got their swag, they got coats, they got trail bags, they got hats and everything else so that we could, take care of everybody who took the time to enjoy 5 days away. But all these guys have businesses as well.
Cover cat here. Whoever gets the first one,
it's custom.
Take a little bit of sex and off-road with you. All I can say is thank you. This is a pretty huge deal here to have everybody. It was really cool to just see y'all start coming in. Before you leave tonight, grab your stuff.
Yeah, totally. Here's your good trade. Good trade.
Did you get anything?
Hey, what'd you get?
You got smiles from the camera.
8 o'clock the next morning, it was, if you got to be there at 6 and get your cars ready, be there at 6. But we were what they call wheels in the well at 8 o'clock the next morning.
Turn left and find the chevron. And then we'll go up the canyon there, see how much snow is there, and maybe turn around if there's too much snow and come back, and we'll go up another canyon and see how much snow is up there.
So we're gonna have lunch here then.
We had about a 15-20 mile run out pavement, and then all of a sudden you just get to a sign and you take a right, and we aired down, and everybody looked at everybody and just said, all right, here we go. Because at that point, you're at Park City and you know that you're going to MOAB. Somewhere in between there, you hope they hit exactly the right trail.
Yep. No coolant in the oil either, so we're all right. So that's normal. So right now we're gonna head down into Soapstone and then up over Soapstone Pass. We're gonna hit an elevation of about 10,000 feet. Hopefully there's not too much snow up there that we can get through it. It's gonna be fun though, whether we can get through or not.
See if we can find some snow. If we can, it's gonna be adventurous. From what I hear, if we can't, it's gonna be epic.
Dusty?
We're gonna have to turn around right here. Unfortunately, we got a spot we can go a different direction. It's not gonna be as bad, but the way I wanted to go to get up to the top of Heber Mountain, we're not gonna make it.
I'm going. Heber Mountain, I think, was going to be the test of whether we're going to get up over Hebert or not. And Hebert caps out at about 10.2, 10.4. We could see it from Park City when we started out. We all knew where we were going. It looked like a long ways away. And it took us about an hour and a half to actually get there. It was muddy. It was snowy. It was getting colder and colder. And it was muddy. Did I say muddy? Because I think every one of the cars lost all of our branding at that point in day one. Man, all the cars were so clean and everybody took such good care of them. And within about 3 hours after that, all that great branding and logo work and everything was just useless. What a great time. Yeah, big tires and thin fenders, bad idea.
Certified sandwich artist. Watch out, Subway. I'm gonna do pow pow pow.
It took longer to get it out of the bag than it took. It's gonna take longer to get it back in the bag.
I went like 5 miles that way. It was awesome. Almost slipped off a ravine and had to test the roll cage, but we pulled it off. So I heard on the radio that this is the worst part, this hill right here, and nobody could make it, so we just turned around and we're going to take the road a different way. But it's fine. It's part of the adventure.
We'll get to camp eventually.
Yeah, we got a long way to go. Like 100 and something miles.
Long right.
And after we hit that 10,000, when we came back down, it was dry. It was dry the whole time. It was just this first 2 hours of mud, snow, and mess. And then when we couldn't get up over the glacier, boom, we were back down. And I think it just kept climbing and climbing in temperature. Once you kind of get grounded in where you're at, and it's like, not that you're in a hurry, but when you think you've got 500 miles to do in 3 days, you kind of are. And then all of a sudden you peel down to becoming more aware of, I mean, even the difference between a ponderosa and a pine and the tall pines, and then down into more of the evergreens, and then down into just stickery weeds and dry climate. Everything starts to change. There's a great story on the at the end of day one. The opportunity for us to get over the glacier didn't work so well. However many miles that cut us off, great opportunity because we're all explorers and we're having a great time. But then we got down to Dusty trying to make it as far as he possibly could, but knew that we had to start looking for a place to stay. So we get down, and at some point he's like going, okay, guys, we're all looking for a nice campsite. And we went by one, I think it was rather quickly when he was showing everybody the beaver dam, right? Hey, did everybody see the beaver dam? And yeah, like the last guys did, but nobody in front did. And we're all like going, hey, I think I remember seeing that and everything. And Dusty's going and he's trying to tell everybody where it is, and he takes a right. And so now he's fully off where we're going, and he's going for about another half hour. Well, he didn't tell anybody, but he knew that he was not on the right trail. So he goes to take a U-turn, and it happens to be in probably the best place that he could have done it, because that was our campsite for the night. The place was absolutely open, had a nice tree in the middle of it, a spot that we could put the fire off to the side. And again, we've got 14 vehicles, 24 people. We got rooftop tents. We got just basic tents. And you got a couple people that are out underneath the stars. You got Paul and Mark, who are basically living in their vehicle anyways. And this place actually turned out to be perfect. It had tree covers for those who needed it, and you walked 20 feet out and you had nothing but stars. It was absolutely beautiful. So good job, Dusty, on missing the turn.
Fresh cheese. So there's a Mexican market down by our house that we go to a lot. So we go in there, and I mean, you can't speak English when you go in that place, so they'll just laugh you right out of there. So we shredded up some fresh cheese, did some tortilla chips. I think we found some beans and stuff in one of the packs, so we'll put that on if somebody needs anything else. Homemade tortillas, so we'll fry them up real nice. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. I think we got, how much meat we get? 10 pounds?
Yep.
Yeah, we got about 10 pounds, 5 and 5, so you guys are in for a treat. Tomorrow will be good too.
Tortilla is your plate.
There is beer.
That's Flavor Town, baby!
Somebody's going to nose plant and flip over. And I said,
Breakfast the next morning was Paula and Mark, and they just took it on, and we had eggs Benedict with a special hollandaise sauce.
I mean, this is fancy for camping right here.
Yeah. Is it?
You even got the red velvet muffin. Nice.
Yeah.
We had coffee and juice and everything, and then within a half hour, it's packed up, cleaned up. We didn't leave a thing. And here we are out on day 2.
Yeah. I think somebody let the air out last night while we were sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Somebody messing with you.
That's what I'm going with.
That's the newest sidewall and everything.
Good to go.
What were you running yesterday?
120 miles. We're gonna go all the way up to above Price and then drop past Price down into 9 Mile Canyon, which we're gonna see some Indian ruins there and a couple other stops we've got along the way. Does anybody need fuel? We're all good for 120 miles. Visor down.
To talk about Ian's vehicle on day 2, you have to talk about Ian's vehicle on day 1 just to get there. Because as we're all down getting groceries, it's about 4:30 before we're leaving, And we get a call from Ian saying, because he left his trailer down at MOAB, and that he's running on maybe 3 cylinders. He put water in it. Amazing. You're Ian Johnson. You've been in this business for way too long. You think you got a head gasket blowing, and I put water in it and it worked. And so for 3 days, he ran on what I think he called was 3 1/4 cylinders and was borrowing gallons of water the whole time. So anything stressful was uphill. Ian stopped a couple times just to take a drink, right?
Like, this is what Trek's all about. Just me filling this every morning, every evening, every gas stop.
Just at the point that we jumped on BDR South, which would have been the last time that we ran off a road to MOAB, we found an awesome place in Dinosaur Valley or something like that, which was perfect because we were all looking for dinosaurs while we were down there at this point. And it was a big old horseshoe that said there was a river, which we all kind of looked for. And I'm sure that the hole that was down there that had a little bit of water in it was what they call a river down there at this point, getting into June in southern Utah. But the place was outstanding. It was almost Africa-esque with some of the wind-blown trees that pulled over the sunset. They brought out 4 or 5 bags of pre-cooked spaghetti, and they had pork that they had actually butchered and had that fixed and ready for us for this program. And it was outstanding what these guys did to make this thing amazing.
This is the the 23-0 walkabout. It's a 62, so it's nice. It's real cool because I can put my wife, my 2 daughters, and my dog up in there, and I can sleep down here if I need to. So it's just the right size for our family. But then if I'm just taking 1 kid or 1 kid and a dog, we can sleep up there pretty easy. Awesome product. It was great last night. It was freezing last night, and this thing kept us nice and warm. Pitch black too. It's crazy. They talk about it. I'm not kidding. I wouldn't know people were up unless, or the sun was up unless I heard people talking.
Awesome.
Blame Dusty if you don't like it. If you love it, I'm having a good time. All right, day 3, we're up. Look at this. Pan this crew around. It's looking like day 3. You guys said no showers. You look like it. And you're looking good.
Finally, you guys got the attire. Shorts and flip-flops. About time. Flip-flops.
I'll do flip-flops.
You got them hobbit feet, don't you?
It's like a little bit of that is mine, and then the rest of that is stuff that we're finding on the trail. Hey, you guys, pick up after yourselves. We won't be on every trail.
We kind of pedaled to the metal for the first couple of hours, made up some time, and we were on our way to Cleveland Lloyd's Dinosaur National Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
But it was really great. Dusty and Laura said they had never been there, so they took us in, but we had no idea what we were about to see. So we get in, and it's all in the middle of nowhere, because that's where the dinosaurs all passed away. And they're having an actual active dig there. We were able to see these guys literally with their paintbrushes and dental picks, picking away and literally finding fossils.
Across the entire thing, if we find a bone, we just expose what is exposed at that level. And the other building is from Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And so we have students from both of our institutions.
We would have never seen anything like that. And the history was amazing, figure out how it all happens, but these dinosaurs are everywhere, and there they are in this dig, showing us how they do it. And there's 8 guys that sit there painstakingly getting 17 centimeters of dirt a year out of these to preserve those fossils. It was amazing. It was a great time. When you slow down and you just see the difference in the rocks and the formations and what you can find out there, it was really fun to just slow down and enjoy southern Utah. That's why everybody goes down to MOAB. You see the spires, and at some point off to your left, and it might be 50 miles, there's just a single spire that must be 1,000 feet, and it's just sitting there with this massive rock on top of it that has just been sitting there for billions of years. And you're inspired. So Adventure Trek 2, funny enough, because I didn't really know there was ever going to be an Adventure Trek 2, turned out to be an opportunity for us to say we need to do this every year. If you think about, I mean, this is just on the West Coast, everywhere you can go, 14 people, kind of the same. I wouldn't do it any different. Just amazing people getting to understand each other, all in the industry. Amazing senses of humor that you would never get out of them at any given time.
That's cheeseburger.
I smelled you. It's time. Just kidding. Hey, thanks. You know what? We made it all the way down here. Ian came with the problem and made it all the way through, and after that, there was none. So nice job, everybody. Yeah. This is awesome.
Arizona
This is great.
water.
I know I took time out of your busy schedules, out of your businesses, out of building a business, everything, and just thank you. From Randy's Worldwide, who helped me put this thing on, all the brands that jumped in. I know that, man, Nacho and 23-0 worked together. I can't thank you guys enough.
It's just created family. I mean, I maybe it's community and family is overtalked every once in a while, but when you really get a chance to be with a group of people once a year that enjoy each other's companies, why wouldn't you do it again? Trying to figure out how to answer that. So camping versus hotel.